some, oh, pi, I forget pi. There. Right. 1/12. 1/12 times 2 times pi there. See?
Did not see. Are you able? Do you what kind of calculator are you using today?
Just basic scientific calculator.
Okay.
So
Uh,
112 over 360, which is 112 divided by 360, right?
sure. Yep. Times
That
2
gives me
times pi.
0.31. Yeah. Times that by
Okay.
2. Times that by pi.
Okay. Times
And then
7.39.
oh okay.
You should get 14.4.
Uh,
It looks like a few of these have a lot of calculations in them, but most of them
I said
are
D
not
though.
like this.
I said D earlier.
Well, I must not have heard you. So
Okay. All right.
you can always do this. D
7.
14.4.
Okay. All right. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Right. So let's look at number 3 here. Use the diagram to find the values of x and y given tangent of b equals 5 over. So tangent is TOA. Let's just
Which
call
is
that third side
opposite
Z.
over adjacent.
Yeah. Now they don't ask you for Z, but it is related to what we're doing here. Which of the X, Y, and Z's do you know from 5 over 12?
Tangent, opposite over adjacent. 5 is gonna be 5 is gonna be Z.
Okay, good.
And then 12 is gonna be X.
Good. So how do you find the third side of a right
Pythagorean
triangle?
theorem, a squared plus
Yes.
b squared equals c squared. 144 plus 25, 169.
Okay, square root of
And
that.
then square root that'll be 13. Wait,
Very good.
no. Yeah.
So
13.
yes. So which is the correct answer now? You have everything right, but you still have to be able to
Um,
mark the right answer down.
D.
D. All right. Good. Okay. All right. Sorry, just take a moment. This 4 was slightly out of order. There it is. Okay. 4 requires a formula. That's what I was asking about a formula sheet, because I will give you some, but they might be different on your formula sheet in terms of how they're written. I call this X, little m is the arc, big M is the bigger arc. X is big M plus little m divided by 2. You'll notice that in this problem, measure angle ABC is X. They want you to find X.
Okay. X equals M. Is it M plus N?
Yes, when it's inside the circle, 2 chords, the center's over off to the side somewhere. You do add them and divide by 2.
Okay. All right. 6, 7, 9. 60, 70, 80. Okay, and then 96. Divide that by 2. C, 48.
It is 48. Very good. All right. Question 5. Here we go. Question 5 says use the diagram to find the value of X. Now, one of the things you might do is find the missing side in the triangle first.
Okay. 70 degrees. So between find the value of x.
What's the missing angle in the triangle?
C.
Yes, the missing angle is 78.
Mm-hmm. That's
But is that the value of x? Is the value of in this case it's an inscribed angle?
mm-hmm.
What's the relationship between the inscribed angle and this out here?
Add it together and it will equal
You have to double it times 2.
yeah, double it and it'll equal 156.
156, good. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the next one here. All right, segments SR and ST are tangent to circle C.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a point outside a circle and you draw 2 tangents, the tangents are always congruent. That means that SR is congruent to ST. Set the equations equal, solve for X, and then put it back into the
So
equations
tangent
to
means that
find.
they're going to be equal, or
Yes, tangents
okay.
are always congruent from a point.
Okay. So find the length of SR. So I need to find out how to make them equal, and then
They are equal. Set the equations equal.
mm-hmm.
X plus 12 equal to 4x plus 9.
Mm-hmm.
Solve that for X, and then put that back into one of the equations to get the value of SR. Since they're congruent, that's why you can go to either equation.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and subtract 12 on both sides. All right, 12 plus 12 minus 9 minus 12. That will be minus 3. 4x
Okay.
minus 3. AKA is asking what here minus 3. So times 4x. There needs to be a 3 difference. So,
Let me know what you got for X. Make sure you're correct here.
like that. X is going to equal 1.
Okay, that's true.
So
what-
then SR would be 13 then.
You got it. All right, great. We're moving through it here. That's good. All of this should be familiar to you. It should all be stuff you've seen before. Maybe not lately, but you've definitely seen all this before.
Yeah, no, because I'm starting to remember what to do. Like when I
Good.
first looked, I was a little bit confused.
So the next problem here, I'm going to just kind of exaggerate what's drawn here. The angle 1 is referring to this angle measure out here exterior to the circle. And I'm going to use this notation again, a big M and little m. That's for the arc. This time X is big M minus little m divided by 2. Now you have big M. Big M is 85 degrees, but you don't know little m, and you're trying to solve for X.
So
you have to
what I need to do is multiply big M. Hold on. No. Yeah, multiply big M by 2.
You cannot solve an equation like this unless you have 2 of the 3 unknowns, and you only know 1 of the letters.
Oh.
So you have to use something else to find the letters. What's the angle if you go all the way around the circle?
180. No, 360.
360. Notice you're going 95, 85, 175, leaving a little space.
So I would subtract.
You have 95.
No. 85. What? Plus 10. And then plus 80.
You have to figure out the missing value of M here. 95 plus 85 plus 175 plus M equals 360.
360, yeah. So
Going all the way around the circle to find the value
yeah,
of n.
okay. 180. Nope. 116. 70. Okay. That is 180. 180 plus 175. Negative m equals 5. And a small m equals 5.
Okay.
80 divided by 2. Answer would be A.
All right. It is A. Very good. So how are you going to remember this formula, or is it on your formula sheet?
I think she's gonna give us a formula sheet, but if not, I can write on my note card.
Okay.
I'll
Be
see if
good
she'll
to
let me use a note card.
be good to know that before you get in there. Maybe ask, early in the day.
My first class, I'll have time in the morning to ask.
Great. All right. Find the area of rectangle ABCD. To find the area of a rectangle, you need the base and you need the height. Do you know the base?
Yeah, 6.
Do you know the height?
No,
So if you
but
notice that, go ahead.
I know that it's split into a triangle though.
And it's a
That
special triangle. That's
mm-hmm.
so your
30,
reference
60,
here.
90.
Yes. And this problem, remember the 30 degrees is across from the short leg. X root 3 is the long leg, and 2x is the hypotenuse. So you're
Yeah,
given
so
the long leg, and you want to solve for the short leg.
yeah, so I need to figure out. So I do 6 divided by square root of 3. And that will divided by square root of 3. I don't know. Square root. Like the decimal number?
It needs to remain rational. So
Oh,
I would
okay. So it'll just be 6.
you have to rationalize this. To do that, you multiply the top
Yeah,
and bottom by the square root of 3.
by square. So it would be 6 square root 3 on the bottom.
On the top, yep, and then on the bottom,
9.
square root of
No,
9.
just 3. Just 3. Yeah,
Yes.
square root 9. So then it would just be 3.
So does that reduce? 6 square root of 3 over 3, does that reduce?
Yeah, it'd be 2 square root 3.
2 square root 3. So your short leg is 2 square root of 3. Is that what you want to find the?
Yeah, because then I know the height will be 2.
2 square root of 3.
Yeah, 2 square root 3. And so I can do 6 times 2 square root 3, right?
Yeah.
Which will give me 12 square root 3.
Got it. Good job. Okay. So that is number 8. Where is 9? There's 9. All right. So 9, it's always a good idea to look at the answers. So when you look at the answers on 9, let's snip that in here because I want you to focus on it. The answers are not calculator answers. They're like setup answers. Okay. So when you look at this problem here, when you're trying to solve for Z, and you say, okay, well, I'm here at this angle 40. What is Z? What is 12? And remember, we use words like adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. What do you have here? Is Z the adjacent, opposite, or hypotenuse?
It will be the adjacent.
It is.
Yeah, adjacent, yeah.
And then what about 12?
Hypotenuse.
Okay, so which trig function uses the adjacent and the hypotenuse?
Cosine.
Cosine. So you got cosine 40 equals what divided by what?
12 divided by Z divided by 12.
Yeah, so you might want to remember your SOHCAHTOA. That might be another thing to write down on a note card. The Z over 12. How do you solve this for Z?
Move, flip them and have cosine 40, 12 under cosine 40, no, 12 over cosine 40.
But okay, but keep in mind here that you're just trying to isolate the variable z, and z is
Oh,
divided by 12.
12 times cosine 40 then, right?
Yeah, and you got to be careful because both of those answers were there
Mm-hmm.
on the multiple choice. So like sometimes thinking like, oh, it's multiple choice, it'll be easy. Not always. You know, it might actually work against you if you don't know for sure.
Okay.
All right, but good job on that. You got to know your SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, tangent, all that stuff.
Mhm.
All right, so number 10 here, I'll give you some guidance. Choose the sets that could be the side lengths of a right triangle. It's a right triangle if a squared plus b squared equals
C
c
squared equals
squared.
C squared.
And
So
you want to try that for all of
not
these.
one,
How do you know?
because 4, it would just equal 5 normally, and it needs
Okay,
equal 25.
I agree. So
2
one
I
is out.
know is a 2 I know is a side triangle. I know that.
Good,
I recognize
good,
it.
good.
Let's see. And I also recognize that 4 is another one of those ones.
Okay. Anything. So you got to
And
try number 3.
yeah, 2 plus, yeah, that would work too, wouldn't it?
All right. So what's the
So
correct
it
answer?
would be C.
Would be C. Yeah, and good job on that. All right, so here is number 11.
Mhm.
The length of a diagonal of a square is 6 inches. What is the area? I would recommend you
The
draw a square.
diagonal is the hypotenuse, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So then I can do the hypotenuse is 6 inches. Let's see. I know it's going to be 36, 90. So it's going to be a 30, 60, 90 one then. I know the
Well,
diagonal.
if it isn't a square
Yeah,
defined
and
by
then,
the fact that all the sides are congruent,
yep, and then cut a diagonal in the middle.
so
Six
this is not
inches
a
is the
30, 60,
diagonal.
90. It's not a 30, 60, 90. The two sides are congruent.
Oh, so that would be a
45,
45,
40.
590.
Yes,
That's even easier then, right? And,
yes, I would agree.
and so I have to have them both add up to equal 36. So I'll just do 36 and a half. 36 divided by 2,
So
18, square root of
there is a
18. Square root of 18 will be, I'm going to have to factor that actually. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 6, 3. So I got a 6 and a 3. And then I do a 3 and a 2. Ants. Okay. So then it'll be, sorry, I got so far. So
sometimes when
3.
you're doing it a way that's taking a really long time, you might say, well, was there a better way? I mean, you're almost
Yeah,
there.
so I know that it's not going to be 9. I know it's not going to be B. I
Well,
know
no,
it's not going to be
what is the side length? You got to be able to tell me the side length.
the side length. So it is going to be so I 8 square root of 18 each. The
Okay, what
side
is
length
that?
is going to be square root of 18.
But what does that reduce to?
9 and 2. 9 square root 2.
No, it's 2 and 9,
Yeah, 2
3
and
and
9,
3,
and then
3
3.
and 3. You have to reduce to a prime factorization.
Oh, yeah, so
So
then it'll be
so it's,
3 outside 2. And then I need to
yes,
do 3 outside 2 times 3 outside 2. Uh,
right.
and so that 2 will just become a regular 2. 9 times 2, it will be D.
It
18.
is D. Now, again, there is a better way. You can set the known side equal to the reference side and divide by the square root of 2,
Oh, okay, yeah,
just
that
like you
would
did
have
in the
been
30,
better.
60, 90.
Yeah, that could have been better.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any questions on that?
No, I think I understand.
All right. All right, here's number 12. Find the measure of arc MRP. I'm going to highlight that here just to kind of clarify what it is. It's M to R all the way
Mm,
down to P.
okay. All right.
So it would be really nice to know MOP, like if you knew each of these, but
Yeah.
but you don't. Okay.
So,
Is there another
but
way?
I I know there's 360 degrees in a full circulation,
Circle, yep.
right? And I know one side is going to be 81, so I can subtract 81 from that, right?
Okay.
And then the one on the other side is also same as the other one across adjacent from it, right?
They're called vertical angles.
Yeah, vertical angles. So then I do 360 minus 81 and then minus 73, and that would leave me
Oh,
at the end answer of B, 206.
yeah, very good. All right. Doing great. Okay, so number 13 here, a story problem.
Mm-hmm.
A ramp is needed to allow vehicles to climb a 2-foot wall. The angle of elevation in order for the vehicles to safely go up must be 30 degrees or less. The longest ramp available is 5 feet. Can this ramp be used safely? So they're giving you a picture saying, there you go. There's the ramp, it's 5. There's the height, it's 2. What is the angle? Well, you've got to find the angle. So which trig function are you use? So sine, cosine, or tangent
Uh,
to find the angle?
Sine.
Okay, so I agree. So it's the sine of x
X equals
equals,
2 over 5.
yes. So how do you undo sine?
Negative sine?
Sine inverse or arc sine. The words matter. When you say negative sine, that means something totally different in math.
Oh, okay. Arc sine, is that what it's called?
Yeah, arc sine's a good one. Sine inverse.
Okay. Um, 0.41. Wait,
Is
no.
your calculator in degrees or radians?
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry. And all right, degrees. Here we go. 23.57 degrees.
Right. So which answer would
Um,
it be?
B.
It is B. All right, 14 here. I'm gonna go and snip this in. All right, what is the area of the shaded region of the figure? So the
Okay.
area of a circle, start with that, pi r squared. Do you remember? You've got
Mhm.
that for me down.
Yeah.
A sector is pi r squared, but there's an angle out of 360. Okay, so remember, you want the shaded region, so it's not
Mhm.
170. The angle is not 170. It's the
Mhm.
the other angle, which isn't given. What would that
So I'm
be?
gonna do 360 minus 170, right?
Yes.
And then that's going to go ahead and give me 190.
So notice all your answers have pi in it, which means you cannot do the calculation with pi. Pi's got to be off to the side.
Okay, all right. So I do 190 over 360 r squared, which is going to be 7. 7. So 190 divided by 360 is going to be that, and then times 49, 25.86 plus pi. It's going to go. My answer is going to go ahead and be B.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so here's another problem for you to do. I'll give you the formula. You can see a lot of these, if you don't have the formula, there's just no path to getting the answer. It's just impossible here. So go give that a try.
Okay. Let's see. Pi r squared plus height. Go ahead and do I don't know the volume. All right. 6 inches squared times pi. Okay. All right. 36 times pi times 10.3. My answer is going to go ahead and be D.
D, good. All right. So we're about halfway through these. How are you feeling about?
I'm feeling pretty confident.
All right. Okay, so kind of like rinse and repeat here. There is a formula to convert from degrees to radians. You multiply by pi over 180, 145. Yeah, now what you don't do is you don't include the pi in your calculator. You just go to 145 over 180. Or in this case, you got to reduce this fraction by hand. So
Okay, so
the reason is
145 over 180 pi.
yes, and you'll notice that that answer is not here. So you have to be very careful. Well, I take that back. I guess it is there.
Yeah, there it is.
You are supposed to reduce, though. This does reduce.
But it will be C.
No, you have to reduce 145 over 180.
Oh, okay. A.
It is A. Yep. All right. It looks like the next question is to go the other direction. So when you go in the other direction, when you go from radians to degrees, you multiply by 180 over pi.
Multiplied by 180.
All right, so here you go. So this problem here, you're going to take 17 pi over 60 and multiply by 180 over pi.
Do the
You should
pi's
say,
cancel each other out?
yeah, and that helps to reduce the calculation, just the other stuff.
17 times 180 divided by 60, 51.
All right. Where's 18? I only see, there it is. Okay. All right. So there are 3 types of solids that we could talk about with the rotation. So this ends up being a sphere. But I want to show you the other one. So if it's a rectangle, that becomes a cylinder. And if it's a triangle, it becomes a cone. Those could reasonably be on a test, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Now this one for sure is a sphere. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. This 13 is not the radius, though. It is the diameter.
So my answer will be D then.
So that's the only one that has the right radius. Now
Yeah.
you should go and calculate it just to be sure, but yeah, hey, that's a standardized test.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, that's 18. I think we're doing fine. I don't see any reason why we can't get through all these. All right. All right, this is a good question. You're out driving now. I think you mentioned. So it's tire rotates 5 times.
Mhm.
How far does the tire travel if the diameter is 18 inches? Now we're rounding to the nearest foot. That's important here. I guess there's a hint here. The hint is what is one rotation in terms of a circle? It's their circumference, which is pi times diameter.
Okay.
So if you go around a circle one time, like imagine you're here, and later
So
on,
it needs to be 18 times 5.
nope. What's the diameter?
18.
18. So if it goes, so one rotation is 18 pi, but that's
Oh,
in
okay. So
inches, right? That's in inches, not
yeah.
feet.
So first I will do 18 pi times 5, right?
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
And then I divide that by 12.
Yes,
So do I
exactly.
need to include pi also in my answer?
Nope, you're gonna round to the nearest foot. So when you
Okay.
do 18 pi times 5 and then divide it by 12, you're
Hmm.
gonna round that
Uh,
result.
okay, all right. Mhm. 23 point, uh, 24 feet.
24 feet, good. Okay, I'm gonna put question 20 in front of you.
Hmm.
All right, so the volume of a rectangular prism is 11,232 cubic inches. If the width of the rectangular base is 9 and the length of the base is 16, find the height of the prism. So here's your base, 16 and 9.
78.
You already got it. Yeah, looks like it's 78. All right, very good.
Mhm.
Okay, 21. Um, you're welcome to say, hey, let's skip this problem. I already know how to do it. I did look ahead. Some of the stuff at the end is kind of the algebra stuff we've been doing the last few weeks, but up to you. So right triangle's a hypotenuse of 6,
Mhm.
one leg of 5. What's the missing side there?
Um, mm, mm, A.
Yes, it is a good Pythagorean theorem. All right. Why did we just missed a bunch? Okay, where did they go? There they are. All right. The few more here that we got to get through. So this is 22. This is the pentagon problem here. All right, find the area of the regular pentagon.
Mm.
Do you remember the formula for the area of a pentagon?
Um, I didn't know it.
So 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Sometimes the formulas aren't helpful if you don't know what the letters are. So you got to make sure you know like what is
Uh-huh.
the apothem. This A is the apothem. The apothem is the distance from the center out to a side, like you see here. What is the perimeter in this problem?
Perimeter. Um, it's gonna be area. No, sorry. It's gonna be 5.1 times 7 times 7.5 times 6, right?
Why 6? What's the significance of 6?
1, 2, oh, 5. Sorry.
5 times 7.5. There it is.
It
Okay.
would be 15 in the end.
Okay.
Sorry, my Zoom just crashed for some
No problem.
reason.
So I heard 15. I hope
Yeah,
that's not the
15.
final answer.
Yeah, no, 15 is a perimeter.
Perimeter is not 15. 5 times 7.5 is not 15.
Sorry, that's 2. So here we go. Let me try that again.
I'd recommend just going to the calculator. 5.1 times 5 times 7.5 divided by 2.
Yeah, I got lost for a second. Sorry. 7.5 times 5. It would be 37.5, and then I'm gonna go ahead and multiply that by 5.1. I'm gonna go ahead and divide that by 2. So in the end, the area will be 95.63.
Yeah, you're going out to 2 decimal places, hundredths,
95.6 point 95.
6.625,
Yeah, 625.
and that rounds to 6.3. Okay, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here. Oh, we've got plenty of time. All right, I was looking at the wrong thing. I always get concerned that maybe we're not gonna get through all the questions, but I think we got to make sure we get through the geometry stuff. So here's another one. 23 is a special triangle. It's a 30, 60, 90.
Mm-hmm.
I'll draw the reference triangle here. So which side are they giving you?
They are giving me the hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. Yep.
So
that's
then that's going to be 2x. So then I know x is going to be 5. And
but
then x3. So then my answer in the end will be A.
that is correct. Good. All right, 24. All right, find the volume. This is a triangular prism. The volume is the area of the base times the height.
Mhm.
I recommend drawing the base, labeling it,
Mhm.
and finding its area. What is the area of the base?
So 54, divide that in half. 27.
Yep, base times height divided by 2, it's 27. So
And
the
then
volume is
times
27 times the height. What is the height in this
10.
case?
There'll be 270.
You got it. All right, we're almost there. I think there's one more. Nope. So the rest are algebra problems. That's fine. We've been doing this the last few weeks. These keep going in order here. Let me know if you need help solving these. These are all review from last year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 15x, go ahead and move that over there. 30x minus minus 10, okay. That's gonna go ahead and be 20. 4x, is still good. Now that's gonna be negative 8x over 15x. Go ahead and move that over there. 8x is gonna be 7x, so 7x over there. So 7x, and I'm gonna have 3x minus 20. Okay, I gotta figure out difference between 7, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4. X equals 5.
Okay. Double check you here. So I do not have 5. I have a different number. So one of the things you can do is always
It's
check.
negative 2x. Oh, okay. No, I didn't notice that it was a -4.
You can always check. Like if you put 5 in your 15 times 5 is 75. And this right here gives you 20, negative 15. I mean, you start doing some quick calculations, you'll be like, well, that doesn't look right. But it's easy to make a mistake where you just forget a sign or don't multiply everything in. To me, it looks like the answer is x is -1.
Yeah, that's gonna be my correct one.
All right. 26 is next. So this one you do have to solve for y to determine the slope. So go ahead and solve that equation for y.
Okay, all right. Slope is x, y equals y intercept. So when the slope is going to be 5/2.
How confident are you in your answer?
Very pretty confident.
Okay, it is 5/2. What's the b value?
That's the y intercept, right?
Yes.
0.
It is not 0. Did you solve this equation for y?
So
I'm gonna take that as a no. And then so you quickly could find this, but you can't find the y-intercept without doing that. So
yeah.
please do that and see if we can get one more in before.
Okay, so okay, 2, 10. Y-intercept is, I don't know if I graphed it right.
This is not a graphing problem. Like do you have
Oh,
do you have the ability to solve this for y? The answer is yes. You're just not.
Oh shoot. Okay. 5/2, 5 that's gonna go ahead and give me 2. -2. So I know that y times -2 is gonna go with -2. Y equals -1.
Okay, so I'm going to solve this for you for y.
Mhm.
Subtract 5x from both sides.
2y equals
Divide everything by -2. Y equals 5/2x minus 5. So yes, the slope is 5/2. The b is the other number.
Okay.
You have to solve for y.
Okay.
I would hope by now you would tend to believe that if I'm asking you to do something, it's probably going to lead you to the right answer.
Okay.
But that is for you to decide. All right, Jacob, we're going to stop right here for tonight. You did a great job. We got through most of this. I mean, you got a couple left. I mean, you can knock them out if you need to. But you should be doing a lot better heading